Next up is Green Party candidate Anthony Bainey. Mr. Bainey, you've been provided with 4 questions. We'd like to ask you to begin by addressing that first question we provided, which relates to how you would prioritize the needs of people with developmental disabilities as part of a tough state budget process next year.
Hi, my name is Anthony Bainey. I'm running for Assembly in District 140, and thank you for letting me speak, and thank you for the Developmental Disabilities Alliance of Western New York for all the work that you guys do. I would definitely want to talk about how funding could be improved in terms of increasing revenue, in the sense of I would support any legislative policy that's on the legislative table or currently to repeal the rebate of the stock transfer tax. So I think that that would increase funding for the state budget. I would definitely support any measures within those policy proposals to increase funding to OPWW, and I would definitely support any type of, in terms of how the state allows for economic development spending, I think that there should be more scrutiny on those types of funding projects. And if it doesn't meet a certain scrutiny in terms of community benefit, then I don't think that the state should follow through on those projects. I think that would allow for a lot more money in the budget to go for, funding for, people with disabilities in terms of, the specific not-for-profits, but the overall budget for the office. And I think that, also in terms of scrutiny on those development projects and the, state funding, there should be inclusion for workplace training programs for people with disabilities. That was a great question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And our second and final question is from self-advocate Hannah Breger.
Thank you, Mr. Bainey, for coming. What are your thoughts on people with disabilities being a part of our community? And what do you think can be done to reduce barriers to full participation?
Thank you. That's a great question, Hannah. I would say that we need to do more in terms of public transportation. I think that the NFTA board needs to be held more accountable to the actual, riders of the public transportation. I think that we need to do more in terms of snow removal in the winter for bus intersections. I remember I had seen many times in my area, Sheridan and Delaware, there was a lot of snow barrier on the sidewalk, and those businesses are responsible for removing that snow. And I think that people should contact the non-emergency services line for the local police, and I have done that before. I think that if more people in the community were to come together and do that, we could actually hold them accountable to clearing that snow. Walkability is a huge issue in the community. I think that other businesses should be more aware if maybe they have vehicles that sometimes block sidewalks or whatnot, they need to be held more accountable. I think that another issue is just ending the stigma in general. I think sometimes people may see somebody with this disability and they should be treated just like any other person when you come across any other person. So ending the stigma is definitely a societal issue, but I would definitely advocate more in terms of the funding of appropriations. I think that we just allow too much money to be given to corporations when it could be really provided for programs and non-for-profit agencies that provide direct services. I think that's a really big issue, is the budget.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for your time today, and we wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was an honor speaking to all of you and for the great work that you all do. Have a great day. Stay safe.
You too.